This mosque was called Masjid al-Qiblatayn, which means the Mosque of the Two Qiblas. It was in this mosque that something special happened, a change that would mark a new chapter in the lives of the Muslims and change the way they prayed forever. Constructed by Sawad bin Ghanem bin Ka'b in the second year of Hijrah, Masjid al-Qiblatayn is said to be the place where Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, received the Quranic revelation to change the direction of prayer, Qibla, from Beit al-Maqdis in Jerusalem to the Holy Kaaba in Mecca. Before the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, migrated to Medina, he and his followers in Mecca used to pray facing Beit al-Maqdis, Jerusalem, even though the Kaaba in Mecca was right in front of them. When the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the Muslims moved to Medina, they continued to pray in the direction of Jerusalem, but deep in his heart, the Prophet, peace be upon him, hoped that the direction of prayer, the Qibla, would eventually be changed to the Kaaba, as it was the holy place of their father Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him. For 16 months, the Muslims prayed towards Jerusalem, but one day, during the Dur prayer, some say it was ASR, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was leading his companions in prayer when a revelation from Allah came. The verse from the Quran was clear and powerful. Verily, we have seen the turning of your Muhammad's face towards the heaven. Surely, we shall turn you to a Qibla prayer direction that shall please you. So turn your face in the direction of Al-Masjid al-Haram at Mecca. And wheresoever you people are, turn your faces in prayer in that direction. Quran chapter 2 verse 144. As soon as the Prophet, peace be upon him, heard this, he turned around and faced the Kaaba in Mecca. The companions, out of love and obedience, followed him immediately and turned towards the Kaaba too. This moment was a special one because from that day on, the Kaaba would become the direction of prayer for all Muslims forever. The mosque where this incredible event happened was known as Masjid al-Qiblatayn, which means the Mosque of the Two Qiblas. This mosque had a unique feature. It had two prayer niches known as mihrabs. One of these mihrabs was facing Jerusalem, and the other was facing Mecca. But after the change of the Qibla, the mihrab facing Jerusalem was covered, and the one facing Mecca remained open, marking the permanent direction for Muslim prayers. For the Muslims, this change was a moment of joy and celebration. They were now distinct from the Jews, who still prayed towards Jerusalem. But for the Jews, it was a day of mourning. They had been waiting for the prophecy in their holy books to be fulfilled, that the last great prophet would come and change the direction of prayer. When the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, made the change, they could no longer claim to have a special connection to the direction of prayer. Some of the Jewish leaders went to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and asked him to change the direction back to Jerusalem, promising that they would follow him. But Allah revealed another verse. And even if thou broughtest unto those who have received the scriptures all kinds of portents, they would not follow thy Qibla, nor canst thou be a follower of their Qibla, nor are some of them followers of the Qibla of others. And if thou shouldst follow their desires after the knowledge which has come unto thee, then surely wert thou of the evildoers. Quran chapter 2 verse 145. This verse made it clear that the Muslims should not follow the desires of the people of the book, the Jews and Christians, and they should stay true to the guidance they had received from Allah. It was a moment that strengthened the identity of the Muslims as a unique and independent community. Imam Ahmad reported from Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The people of the book do not envy us for anything as much as they do for the Friday given to us by Allah with which they are deprived. They also envy us for the Qibla which Allah gave us, but not them, and also for the Amin, recital after Surah Al-Fatiha and Salah behind the Imam." This shows that the change of the Qibla was not only a physical change in direction, but also a matter of great spiritual significance. The people of the book, the Jews and Christians, were envious of the Muslims for being given these unique practices and blessings by Allah. Masjid al-Qiblatayn is one of the earliest mosques in Islam. It was built by a companion named Sawad bin Ghanem bin Ka'b in the second year of Hijrah, after the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, migrated to Medina. This mosque became a landmark of Islamic history, as it was the place where the first congregational prayer facing the Kaaba was prayed, marking the beginning of a new chapter for the Muslims. Today, Masjid al-Qiblatayn still stands as a reminder of this momentous event in Islamic history. The mosque's unique feature of once having two mihrabs is now part of the story of how the Qibla was changed and how the Muslims found their distinct place in the world. It reminds us of the prophets, peace be upon him, obedience to Allah's will, and the importance of following divine guidance, even when it requires great change. This event teaches us about the importance of direction, obedience to Allah's commands, and the sense of unity that comes from following the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the path of Islam.